Hey there, my name is James Lee. Welcome to my channel 5149, where I talk business, politics, and society. Before we get going, just a quick PSA that if you end up enjoying my video, please take a quick second to hit that like button and share it with your friends and family. That would mean a lot to me. Okay, on to today's topic, which is a grand one, the race to space.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Well, I know it's already technically been done, but not by a billionaire. And Jeff Bezos, Amazon's Jeff Bezos, wants to be the first to do it next week with his space exploration company, Blue Origin.
And we have liftoff. Go, New Shepard, go.
This week, Bezos announced he'll join the first passenger flight on July 20th, the anniversary of that first moon landing.
He may get a little competition from a couple other billionaires, but never mind that. Why does he want to go so bad? Well, according to Blue Origin's website, the vision of the company is to quote-unquote benefit the Earth. Blue Origin was founded by Jeff Bezos with the vision of enabling a future where millions of people are living and working in space to benefit Earth. That does sound really exciting and altruistic, but one direct way to benefit the Earth is to treat it better, something that Bezos and his company Amazon hasn't done much of to date. Also, it'd be cool if he treated the people who live on Earth better too, specifically the people who work for him. But that's also something that he hasn't been too keen on doing. Anyway, I digress.
You see the Earth from space, it changes you. It changes your relationship with this planet, with humanity. It's one Earth. I want to go on this flight because it's a thing I've wanted to do all my life. It's an adventure. It's a big deal for me. I invited my brother to come on this first flight because we're closest friends. I really want you to come with me. Would you?
Are you serious?
I am. I think it would be meaningful.
I get that it might be meaningful to him, getting to go to space and all, to have this sentimental bonding moment with his brother, but it's certainly not that meaningful in terms of space exploration. He's literally going on a 15-minute suborbital flight. I mean, maybe it would have been meaningful 60 years ago when Alan Shepard accomplished the exact same feat in what was basically a washing machine strapped to a ballistic missile. I feel like some people might say that I'm being too cynical, that I have to look at the bigger picture. This isn't just a 15-minute joyride to space. Think about what he's trying to accomplish here. It's the beginning of a long journey to transform the future of humankind.
Jeff Bezos dreams that one day 1 trillion people will live and work in space. To get there, Bezos has unveiled a series of steps, which will lay the foundations for future generations to come, and ultimately lead to giant space colonies. Bezos calls them O'Neill colonies, after American physicist Gerard Kitchen O'Neill, who first developed the idea.
These are very large structures, miles on end, and they hold 1 million people or more each. These are really pleasant places to live. Some of these O'Neill colonies might choose to replicate Earth cities. They might pick historical cities and mimic them in some way. There'd be whole new kinds of architecture. These are ideal climates. These are shirt sleeve environments. This is Maui on its best day.
Wow, Maui on its best day. I mean, I've never been to Maui, but I can certainly imagine it's pretty nice. But even if Bezos does indeed have this magnificent vision for the future of humankind, the one uncomfortable truth that he has avoided talking about is who gets to go. Well, the answer here is so obvious that even Hollywood can get it right. It doesn't take too much imagination to predict that the richest and most powerful will flee the Earth and live on these idyllic O'Neill colonies and continue to enjoy some of life's finer things, after they've exploited every last resource on Earth, while the less fortunate are stuck on a bone-dry planet full of disease, pollution, overpopulation, destined to living in destitute poverty, duking it out with one another on a daily basis to scrape together just enough to survive so they can do it again tomorrow. Extremely grim, I know, but it's kind of playing out right before our very eyes. On one hand, many are facing mass evictions in our country. Power lines are melting and roads are buckling due to a massive heat wave. And on the other hand, billionaires are racing one another into space. You have to wonder, why is it that Bezos is in such a rush to get to space, but all the while it'll take Amazon until 2040 to be net zero carbon. And that's through carbon offsets, by the way, which according to Greenpeace doesn't actually offset the emissions to which they are linked and are essentially just PR stunts. I think the truth is he nor any other billionaire has a grand plan for humanity. They just have a grand plan for themselves.
This space race is going to be much closer. In one corner, West Texas actually, Amazon's Jeff Bezos, the founder of space tourism business Blue Origin. In the other corner, just up the road in New Mexico, Virgin Galactic founder Richard Branson. Both companies have launched successful test flights, preparing for future paying passengers. In the end, Bezos versus Branson may all come down to billionaire bragging rights and a spectacular ride for anyone who can afford a very quick joyride into space. For the news, I'm Tom Costello.
I gotta tell you, Tom, that is not the news, that is propaganda. The billionaires, the elites, and the media are selling you this idea, this narrative, that the pinnacle of humankind isn't about things like creating a more harmonious, free, or fair society. It's about the extraordinary. It's about the money. It's about finding a way to make $1 billion so that you too can take the joyride of your life. But hey, it's his money and he's not obligated to use it for the betterment of society. He can do whatever he wants with it. But let's not forget how someone like Bezos made his billions. I have to give him credit because he figured out a way to build Amazon into this behemoth with unchecked power that's able to take over any industry on a whim, and through that obtain billions of dollars for himself and his shareholders. But at the same time, there's no appreciation, other than empty gestures like this commercial, of the hundreds of thousands of workers who pick, pack, and ship Amazon's products.
We'll continue to do everything we can to keep you healthy, safe, and protected. The work you are doing means everything right now. Thank you.
To put it bluntly, people who he has had to exploit to achieve such enormous wealth, no reflection that he couldn't have possibly done this alone. In fact, he thinks most of his employees are inherently lazy. You know, it's one thing if Bezos was like, hey, it's my money, it's my childhood dream to go to space, leave me alone. But no, he, and quite honestly many others like him, have to play this little game, do this little dance, and pretend they are on some kind of mission from God, some kind of grand noble effort to save our planet, when the honest truth is that if he and others like him actually care about our planet, humanity, our society, there's so much more they could be doing here on Earth. But like I said, it's technically his money, and he could certainly do whatever he wants with it, including a trip to space with his brother. I guess my point is that all this talk about saving the Earth is nothing more than a thinly veiled attempt to brainwash people into believing that exploitation is innovation. AKA, if you can figure out a way to exploit people for billions of dollars in profit, you too can take a 10-minute joyride under the guise of quote-unquote benefiting the Earth. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'd be curious to hear what you think about Jeff Bezos and the Billionaire Space Race. So please don't be shy. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Also, tell me what other topics you'd like for me to explore next. If you enjoy my work, please take a second to like this video and share with people. That would mean a lot. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already done so. And as always, thank you so much for your time, and I'll see you next week.